Raise your hand if you've ever felt like you're drowning in a never-ending sea of tasks, responsibilities, and obligations. You know the feeling. You're juggling a million balls at once, running from one commitment to the next, and constantly feeling like you're just barely keeping your head above water. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way to achieve more while doing less? A way to be a lazy genius and still come out on top? Yeah, you heard me right. It's time to embrace the power of the law of least effort. Now, before you start picturing yourself lounging on a beach sipping pina coladas while the world passes you by, let me clarify. The law of least effort isn't about being lazy in the traditional sense. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about harnessing the power of automation, prioritization, and mindset shifts to achieve your goals with maximum efficiency and minimal effort. Over the next few chapters, we're going to dive deep into the art of doing less to achieve more. We'll explore the magic of letting AI do the heavy lifting, mastering the 80-20 rule, and prioritizing quality over quantity. We'll also delve into time-saving hacks for the efficiency-obsessed and mindset tweaks for personal growth. So, buckle up, my friends, because this is going to be a wild ride. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on what it means to be productive, and you'll be armed with the tools and strategies you need to achieve more while doing less. Are you ready to join the lazy genius revolution? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Let AI do the heavy lifting. Let's be real here, folks. We live in a world where hustle culture is shoved down our throats like a dry, chalky protein shake. Work harder, grind harder, sleep when you're dead, they say. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way to achieve more while doing less? A way to be a lazy genius and still come out on top? Yeah, you heard me right. It's time to embrace the power of automation and AI. Now, before you start picturing a dystopian future where robots have taken over and we're all living in a Matrix-like simulation, let me assure you that this isn't about machines ruling the world, at least not yet. It's about harnessing the power of technology to work smarter, not harder. It's about delegating the mundane tasks to virtual assistants and AI-powered tools, freeing up your precious time and mental energy for the things that truly matter. I know what you're thinking. But won't automation and AI take away jobs and make us all obsolete? Well, my friend, that's one of the biggest misconceptions out there. The truth is, automation and AI are here to enhance our capabilities, not replace us entirely. Think of them as superpowered sidekicks, ready to tackle the boring, repetitive tasks that drain our souls, while we focus on the juicy, creative stuff that gets our brains buzzing. Imagine a world where you could delegate tasks like scheduling appointments, researching topics, and even crafting killer content to a virtual assistant like ChatGPT. Or better yet, imagine being able to automate those pesky repetitive tasks that suck the joy out of your day, like sending out weekly reports or updating your social media channels. There's an app or tool out there for everything, and once you start embracing them, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. But wait, there's more. Implementing automation and AI in your work isn't just about saving time and energy, it's about improving your overall productivity and efficiency. By offloading the mundane tasks to your trusty digital sidekicks, you'll be able to focus better, think more clearly, and tackle the important stuff with renewed vigor and creativity. Now, I know what you're thinking, but won't implementing all these fancy tools and AI assistants be a hassle in itself? Fair point, my friend. Like any new endeavor, there will be challenges along the way. You might have to spend some time up front learning how to use these tools and figuring out which ones work best for you. But trust me, once you've got your automation and AI game on point, it'll be smooth sailing from there. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to embrace the lazy genius within and let the machines do the heavy lifting, in a good way of course. Start by identifying the tasks that drain your energy and see if there's an app or tool out there that can automate them for you. Color code your calendar, set up reminders, and let your virtual assistants handle the rest. And if you're still not convinced, just take a look around you. That friend of yours who seems to have their life together, they're probably using AI-powered tools like Jasper to generate high-quality content in a fraction of the time, freeing them up to focus on growing their business and living their best life. Or What about that entrepreneur you follow on Instagram who always seems to be on top of their game? Chances are they've embraced the power of automation and AI using tools like Trello to manage their projects and IFTTT to automate their smart home. The bottom line is this: embracing automation and AI isn't just a trend, it's a game changer. It's about working smarter, not harder, and leveraging the power of technology to achieve more while doing less. So, what are you waiting for? Join the lazy genius revolution and let the machines do the heavy lifting. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Chapter 2. Master the 80-20 rule and win at prioritization. How many of you have found yourselves staring at a never-ending to-do list, feeling like you're drowning in a sea of tasks and responsibilities? Raise your hands, folks, because we've all been there. It's like a cruel joke played by the productivity gods, leaving us feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and utterly defeated before we've even begun. But what if I told you there's a way out of this vicious cycle? A secret sauce, if you will, that can help you achieve more by doing less? No, I'm not talking about some magical productivity potion or a time-traveling device, although, let's be honest, that would be pretty darn cool. I'm talking about the power of the 80-20 rule and the art of prioritization. Now, before you start rolling your eyes and thinking, here we go again, another productivity hack that's going to change my life, hear me out. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, is a universal truth that states that roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Mind-blowing, right? Think about it this way. You've got 1,000,001 tasks on your plate, but chances are only a handful of those tasks are truly moving the needle and contributing to your success. The rest? Well, they're just filler, taking up precious time and energy that could be better spent elsewhere. Have you ever found yourself working on a task that was taking up way too much of your time and not yielding the desired results? Or maybe you've had a to-do list that was so long and overwhelming that you didn't even know where to start. That's where the art of prioritization comes in. You see, the key to achieving more by doing less is identifying that magical 20% of tasks that yield the majority of your results and focusing all your efforts on those bad boys. It's about being brutally honest with yourself and ruthless in your decision making. You might have to let go of tasks that you've been clinging to for dear life, even though they're not really contributing to your overall goals. It might mean saying no to things that seem important in the moment, but ultimately won't move the needle in the long run. And let's be real, there will be times when you'll feel like you're spinning your wheels, unsure of which tasks to prioritize. That's when you need to take a step back, reevaluate your priorities, and make adjustments as needed. It's an ongoing process, but one that's absolutely essential if you want to achieve more by doing less. But here's the thing. Once you master the art of prioritization and start focusing on that magical 20%, you'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish with less effort. Suddenly, you'll find yourself with more time, more energy, and more mental clarity to tackle the tasks that truly matter. And let's not forget the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes with knowing you're making progress on the things that are truly moving the needle. It's like a constant motivational kick in the pants, propelling you forward and keeping you focused on what really matters. So what are you waiting for? Embrace the 80-20 rule, prioritize like a boss, and watch as your productivity soars to new heights. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it, because at the end of the day, achieving more by doing less isn't just a productivity hack, it's a way of life. Chapter 3, Less is More, Quality over Quantity. How many of you have found yourselves in a situation where you had to choose between quantity and quality? Maybe it was a project at work where you were under pressure to churn out as much as possible, even if it meant sacrificing the quality of your output. Or perhaps it was a personal endeavor, like trying to cram as many activities as possible into your weekend, only to end up feeling frazzled and unfulfilled. Whatever the scenario, we've all been there, caught in the trap of believing that more is better, that the key to success lies in constantly doing, without regard for the quality of our efforts. But here's the harsh truth, my friends. That mindset is a surefire path to burnout, mediocrity, and a whole lot of frustration. Have you ever experienced the gut-wrenching disappointment of pouring your heart and soul into a project only to have it fall short of your standards because you were too rushed or too focused on hitting arbitrary deadlines? Or maybe you found yourself drowning in a sea of half-baked ideas and incomplete tasks, all because you were too busy chasing the next shiny object to truly commit to anything. It's a vicious cycle, one that leaves us feeling overwhelmed, unfulfilled, and constantly questioning whether all this hustle is really worth it. But what if I told you there's a better way, a path to achieving more by doing less, a path that prioritizes quality over quantity and allows you to truly pour your heart and soul into the things that matter most? Enter the pursuit of perfection, or at least the pursuit of excellence. It's a mindset shift that requires us to let go of our ego-driven need to constantly be doing more and instead embrace the idea that sometimes less is truly more. Now, I know what you're thinking, but doesn't more mean better? Isn't that the whole point of productivity? Well, my friend, let me hit you with a dose of reality. More doesn't always mean better, especially when it comes at the expense of quality. Think about it this way. Would you rather have a dozen half-baked projects that never really go anywhere, or a handful of truly exceptional, game-changing endeavors that leave a lasting impact? Would you rather spend your days frantically checking off boxes on a never-ending to-do list, or would you prefer to pour your heart and soul into a few carefully chosen tasks that you can truly be proud of? But here's the brutal truth. Prioritizing quality over quantity isn't always easy. It requires us to be honest with ourselves, to let go of our fear of missing out, and to embrace the idea that sometimes less is truly more. It might mean saying no to opportunities that seem exciting in the moment, but ultimately won't contribute to our long-term goals. It might mean scaling back on our commitments and focusing our energy on the tasks that truly matter. And let's be real, there will be times when we'll feel like we're not doing enough, like we're falling behind in the race to constantly be productive. But here's the thing, when we shift our mindset towards valuing quality over quantity, something magical happens. Suddenly we find ourselves with more time, more energy, and more mental clarity to pour into the tasks that truly matter. We're able to approach our work with a level of focus and dedication that simply isn't possible when we're constantly juggling a million different things. And let's not forget the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes with knowing you've poured your heart and soul into something truly exceptional. It's like a constant motivational kick in the pants, propelling you forward and reminding you that quality always trumps quantity in the long run. So, what are you waiting for? Break free from the quantity trap and embrace the power of quality. Prioritize the tasks that truly matter and pour your energy into them with reckless abandon. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it, because at the end of the day, achieving more by doing less isn't just about productivity hacks and time management tricks. It's about living a life that's truly fulfilling, one where quality reigns supreme over the never-ending pursuit of more. Chapter 4. Time hacks for the efficiency obsessed. How many of you have found yourselves staring at the clock, watching the minutes tick by as you frantically try to cram as much as humanly possible into every waking hour? We've all been there, my friends, caught in the relentless pursuit of productivity, chasing that elusive feeling of accomplishment like a dog chasing its tail. But here's the harsh truth. No matter how hard we try, we can't actually create more time. We're all working with the same 24 hours in a day, so the real key to achieving more by doing less lies in how we manage that precious commodity. And let me tell you, it's an art form, a delicate dance of prioritization, focus, and a little something I like to call strategic laziness. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've tried every time management technique under the sun and nothing seems to work. Well, my friend, that's because you haven't been introduced to the true art of mastering time, a symphony of time-blocking, goal-crushing mindsets and real-world inspiration that will have you achieving more while doing less in no time. Let's start with time blocking, shall we? This little gem of a technique is all about taking control of your schedule and allocating specific blocks of time for specific tasks. No more mindless multitasking or getting sucked into the black hole of email and social media. With time blocking, you're the master of your own destiny, carving out dedicated chunks of time to tackle your most important tasks with laser-like focus. But wait, there's more. Have you ever heard of the Pomodoro method? It's like time blocking's cooler, more intense cousin. The basic idea is to work in short, focused bursts, usually 25 minutes, followed by a brief break. It's the perfect antidote to our modern-day attention spans, which, let's be honest, are about as long as a goldfish's these days. Now, here's where things get really interesting. You see, effective time management isn't just about fancy techniques and productivity hacks. It's about having a clear vision of what you want to achieve and aligning your actions with that vision. That's why it's so important to regularly reference your goals, monthly, weekly, yearly, you name it, and cross off items from your vision board. It's like having a roadmap to success, guiding you towards the things that truly matter and helping you stay focused on the tasks that will move the needle. And let's not forget about the power of batching work and assigning themes to each day. Maybe Mondays are for planning and strategizing, Tuesdays are for execution and getting stuff done, and Wednesdays are for catching up on administrative tasks. By batching similar tasks together, you'll be able to work more efficiently and avoid the dreaded context switching that can zap your productivity faster than a vampire drains blood. Need some real-world inspiration? Let's talk about that friend of yours who always seems to have their life together. Chances are they've mastered the art of time management, using tools like Google Calendar to block out their days and leveraging the Pomodoro method to power through their most important tasks. Or what about that entrepreneur you follow on Instagram who seems to be constantly crushing their goals? They're probably batching their work and assigning themes to each day, ensuring that they're always focused on the right tasks at the right time. The bottom line is this: mastering time management isn't just about being more productive. It's about taking control of your life and aligning your actions with your goals and vision. It's about working smarter, not harder, and leveraging the power of focus and strategic laziness to achieve more while doing less. So, what are you waiting for? Start time blocking your days, embrace the Pomodoro method, and batch your work like a boss. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Because at the end of the day, achieving more by doing less isn't just a productivity hack. It's a way of life, a manifesto for mastering time and living your best life on your own terms. Chapter 5: Mindset Tweaks for Personal Growth. Alright folks, we've covered a lot of ground so far, haven't we? We've talked about embracing automation and AI, harnessing the power of the 80-20 rule, prioritizing quality over quantity, and mastering the art of time management. But here's the thing, even with all those productivity hacks and life-changing strategies, there's one final frontier that we haven't conquered yet: our mindset. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I'll have tried positive thinking, affirmations, and all that mumbo jumbo, and it doesn't work for me. Well, my friend, that's because you haven't been introduced to the true art of mindset mastery, a delicate dance of self-worth, manifestation, and a little something I like to call letting go of the BS. Let's start with the people-pleasing trap, shall we? We've all been there, saying yes to every request, taking on more than we can handle, and ultimately burning ourselves out in the process. But here's the thing, when you're constantly putting everyone else's needs before your own, you're not just sacrificing your own well-being, you're also selling yourself short and undervaluing your true worth. Think about it. How can you possibly embrace the 80-20 rule and focus on the tasks that truly matter if you're constantly being pulled in a million different directions by other people's demands? How can you prioritize quality over quantity when you're spreading yourself too thin, trying to please everyone around you? It's time to break free from that toxic cycle and start putting yourself first. But how, you ask? Well, my friend, it starts with setting healthy boundaries. Learn to say no to requests that don't align with your goals or values, and don't be afraid to prioritize your own needs. It's not selfish, it's self-care. Another practical way to stop people-pleasing and underselling yourself is to practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and remind yourself that you are worthy of success just as you are. Now, let's talk about manifestation. No, I'm not talking about some woo-woo crystal hugging nonsense. I'm talking about the power of aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the life you truly want to live. You see, when you operate from a place of scarcity and fear, You'll always be overworking, hustling, and burning the candle at both ends. But when you shift your mindset towards abundance and self-worth, something magical happens. You start attracting the opportunities, resources, and people that will help you achieve your goals with ease. So, how do you shift your subconscious mind towards self-worth and deserving success? It starts with practicing gratitude. Take a few moments each day to appreciate the things you already have in your life, no matter how small. This simple act can rewire your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. Another powerful tip for manifestation and detachment is to let go of the need to control every little thing. Trust that the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, has your back, and focus on the journey, not just the destination. Embrace the concept of going with the flow and allow things to unfold naturally without forcing or overworking. And let's not forget about the toxic habit of constantly comparing ourselves to others. We've all been there, scrolling through social media, feeling inadequate and like we're not doing enough. But here's the thing, comparison is the thief of joy, my friends. It robs us of our self-worth and keeps us stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. It's time to break free from that toxic cycle and start trusting the process. Your journey is your own, and it's time to stop measuring your success against someone else's highlight reel. Embrace your unique path, celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be. The bottom line is this: personal growth and mindset shifts aren't just about feeling good. They're about unlocking your true potential and achieving more by doing less. It's about letting go of the limiting beliefs, toxic patterns, and scarcity mindsets that have been holding you back and embracing a new way of thinking that will propel you towards success. So, what are you waiting for? Start putting yourself first. Practice manifestation and detachment and let go of the need to compare yourself to others. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Because at the end of the day, achieving more by doing less isn't just about productivity hacks. It's about mastering the mind game and living your best life on your own terms. Alright, my fellow lazy geniuses, we've covered a lot of ground in this video. We have explored the magic of letting AI do the heavy lifting, mastered the 80-20 rule, and learned to prioritize quality over quantity. We've delved into time-saving hacks for the efficiency-obsessed and mindset tweaks for personal growth. But now, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the call to action. Because let's be real, all the knowledge in the world won't do you any good if you don't actually put it into practice. So, here's the deal. It's time to join the lazy genius revolution. It's time to embrace the law of least effort and start working smarter, not harder. It's time to let go of the hustle culture mentality that tells us we have to grind ourselves into the ground to be successful. Because here's the truth. When you learn to leverage the power of automation, prioritization, and mindset shifts, you'll be amazed at how much more you can achieve with less effort. You'll find yourself with more time, more energy, and more mental clarity to focus on the things that truly matter. Imagine a world where you're no longer drowning in a sea of tasks and responsibilities. Imagine a world where you can actually enjoy your life without feeling guilty or like you're constantly falling behind. That's the power of the law of least effort, my friends. So what are you waiting for? It's time to take action. Start by implementing just one or two of the strategies we've covered in this video. Maybe it's embracing AI and automating some of your mundane tasks. Or perhaps it's mastering the 80-20 rule and focusing on the 20% of tasks that yield 80% of your results. Whatever it is, just take that first step. Because once you start seeing the results, once you start achieving more while doing less, you'll be hooked. You'll wonder how you ever lived any other way. And remember, this isn't just about productivity or efficiency. It's about living your best life on your own terms. It's about breaking free from the chains of hustle culture and embracing a new way of being. One that values quality over quantity, self-care over self-sacrifice, and working smarter, not harder. So, join the lazy genius revolution today. Embrace the law of least effort and start achieving more by doing less. Your future self will thank you.